Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here, and what's today? The 12th. The 12th of September. Here we go again. Oh, my gosh, we're almost halfway into the month, and I keep thinking, we just started. Anyway, good to have you here today. We don't have a weather report, but as one of my production people said, well, we don't have weather, I guess. So who knows what it's like outside. Hey, got a fascinating program, a good program. Some of my friends are here. Todd Mielke from GSI is going to talk about all the great things that are going on in Spokane. We're growing the business community here, and good things are happening. And at the head of a lot of that is GSI and a great staff across the street. So we're happy to have Todd here. Then next, a friend of ours here. He's been on a couple of times. He's entertained us at our barbecue back in July. And it's Justin James Live. Now, that's not really his last name, but that's kind of what he uses and so forth. I've got to tell you the truth. This morning I get this little message from him. Should I be bringing an instrument? It's like, what do you want, Justin, just to talk? Of course we want music. So he'll be here. And then Jimmy Morris, who heads up our marketing department, his girlfriend, not quite fiancé yet, I don't think. Is there any news out there to report? Zoë Thompson is going to be here. And she does something that is kind of at the heart and soul of something that I care a lot about. She works with developmentally disabled students and helps them learn dance and have some fun and so forth. As a father of 49-year-old Down syndrome, I love it when some of these young people today step up to help their compatriots in Spokane and teach them dance and lively things and be part of our community. So all of that next on the Pulse of Spokane.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Blah, blah, blah,
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
September 12th, Wednesday, the Pulse of Spokane, Todd Mielke.
Hello.
CEO, right?
It is.
Do I have it correct?
It is.
Yeah. All you guys have different titles and so forth, but you'll answer to anything,
Pretty
right?
much. Pretty much always have.
Always have, yeah. My gosh, good things are happening in Spokane. We've talked for a couple of months about Amazon, and of course that's now public, and
right.
And they're starting to move dirt and everything else out there, right?
They are.
That's really exciting. But there are other things going on, and one of the probably exciting things that's going to happen is in a couple of weeks, and that's your annual meeting.
It is.
Because you've got some big announcements. You can talk about what they are, but not what they are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to have some announcements. What are some of the announcements?
Well, I think, so first of all, let's talk about the meeting itself.
Yes.
So Thursday, September 27th is our annual meeting. A thousand people from the community come together.
Yeah.
And we try to inspire them about things going on in business.
Good.
We have an amazing speaker this time.
Yes.
She's a futurist named Rebecca Ryan.
Yes, I remember last time talking about her. That was great.
One of the most dynamic speakers that you're going to ever see. And she specializes in two things. She's a futurist with regard to what businesses need to anticipate and prepare for in the future. Yeah. What are their customers going to demand? What type of investments should they be making?
Right.
And which ones should they be avoiding?
Yes,
those kinds of things.
Sometimes that's the most important, isn't it?
It is. And she also talks about, the changing dynamic. She's a futurist with regard to local government too. So she'll be putting on an afternoon session for some of our local elected officials and their staff to talk about what she foresees as trends there. But she puts this all together to really talk about how a community can come together and really prepare for the future, where it is a public-private partnership, but instead of being led by the public sector, it's really led by the private sector. Right. And that's the model that we're beginning to see. It's one that we alluded to a year ago when Bruce Katz was our keynote speaker and talked about kind of this new, metropolitanism with these public-private partnerships led by private entities.
And I think that's key, the private sector leading this instead of the public, because recently we've seen a lot of what the public sector, meaning the Spokane City Council, has been addressing, which are not necessarily issues that are going to help grow our economy, grow businesses, because you and I have talked about this before. One of the best solutions of some of our social ills are to have plenty of good paying jobs.
Right.
And we now have an economy across the country where jobs are going begging. There aren't enough people to fill them. And you know what that's doing? That's raising the level of minimum wage and other wages and so forth to pull in the best folks and so forth. It's time. We're doing quite well.
Right.
And how are we doing in Spokane on that issue?
We're doing well.
Okay.
If anything, we need to start thinking about what type of infrastructure we need to continue to meet the demand.
Right. So we don't outgrow it.
Correct. But also to reinforce the reasons why people are coming here.
Yes.
So we need to make sure that we're diligent about maintaining, those attractive features of this community that are drawing people here. And it's business climate.
Yes.
It's about the infrastructure that we have in place, whether it's affordable housing, whether it's quality of schools, whether it's our transportation system. And we can't let ourselves as a community slip on any of those factors, or we slip in our attractiveness.
Or we become like so many other big cities, where things are not going so well right now.
Right.
Okay.
And what we're known for right now is we do things differently.
Yeah.
That's the attraction.
And that's key. Hey, before we forget it, your annual meeting, how can people sign up for that? Because is there space left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Please go to Greater Spokane Incorporated GSI to go to our website.
Okay.
Click on there. Work your way through the website, and you can register online.
Okay.
But truly, a dynamic speaker is coming our way. We're also at the annual meeting celebrating. We've now surpassed our 10-year mark since we created Greater Spokane Incorporated.
Okay.
This was a merger between the Spokane Area Chamber of Commerce, the Regional Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Spokane Area EDC, Economic Development Council.
Right.
It was a new category of business organization.
Yes.
And so
new
what
name,
we say is
everything.
We're a regional business development organization, and we've had a lot of time to take a look at what have we learned in those 10 years, and what do we need to refine to go forward, so that we are truly effective as a regional business organization. Our role.
You're going to talk about some of that at the annual meeting, though,
absolutely,
aren't you?
we are. And our role has been since the 1890s is to really be a convener, to be a convener, and that's how we do things. So GSI doesn't do this alone at all. But what we do is we have a lot of great partners in there, and I think our role that we do really well is we bring people together and we convene for that purpose of the dialogue. So this community does greater things that none of us can do individually. So that's going to be our theme. We're going to talk about those refinements. We're going to talk about how we better communicate to this community. And like I say, some of the great things that we've accomplished, not only in that time, but going forward.
Great. Now, one of the programs that was featured here on Spokane Talks a few weeks back, maybe it's been a month now, is a kind of a business after school program. In fact, we signed up. We're going to host a group of, I guess, junior high and high school students to talk about what we do, but we're not the only ones. I think there are like 12 or 15 other. What is that about?
So we, one of the biggest questions we get when it comes to economic development for businesses that are here, is what's your talent look like in your community? So we've been very involved in trying to participate in developing that talent pool, in the years to come. It's a strategic partnership with all the K through 12 school systems and businesses in this community. And what we're doing is we're trying to get kids interested and thinking about their career paths as soon as possible. And they don't have to make a decision
No.
in the 4th grade. But
Because
the
they'll
interest-
probably have several different careers.
Right.
I mean, that's the reality, and jobs, right?
Correct.
We all have.
Right, but we want to expose them to maybe potential career paths that they didn't even consider. So during the school year, we identify a number of work sites, this
Yeah.
one being one of them, in a variety of careers, everything from engineering and STEM type things to transportation, logistics, healthcare,
All above my pay grade.
media, and communications.
Yeah.
And what we do is these are 2 to 3 hour time blocks
Right.
scattered throughout the school year that kids sign up for,
Right.
starting in middle school.
Yes.
And they come and they get to ask you the tough questions. We're going to flip this a little
Yes,
bit.
yes.
And they get to ask you, what is your job like? What training did you have to get here?
Right.
What's the best part of your job and what's the worst part of your job? And hopefully by doing that in a number of business settings throughout the community, it gives our business community a chance to give back.
Yes.
And provide that information for people who may be interested in going into those career paths. But at the same time, it gives students the ability to really explore.
Now, can they attend a couple different ones?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
There are-
that's really great, because if you're kind of wondering which direction,
Right.
you could go to 2 or 3 maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's approximately 40 per school year, and students from all the different school districts
Yes.
in Spokane County are invited to participate. Some of them bring their parents.
Yes.
Whether and some of them maybe the parents insist. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the idea is it provides a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And one example I use is Caterpillar is one of them. They do a 3-hour program, and they did a curriculum specifically for business after school. And if you think about Caterpillar and their equipment,
Yes.
the task is to compete against a computer model to figure out how to move, a certain amount of material from point A to point D as fast as possible and as cheaply as possible,
Yes.
inexpensively, using a variety of different equipment. And they've got to convert, metric tons to cubic yards
Lord.
and all that.
Yeah.
And we had one 7th grade class that almost beat the computer a little over a year ago. So
Was
those
that
are-
a little embarrassing for
yeah, so
Caterpillar?
it just means that we've got some really great students
No, it
and
does.
a great
It does.
education
That's-
system here. So we we've just released the schedule for this coming school year
Yes.
for business after school, and we continue to try to get.
And again,
businesses
people
involved.
can go to the GSI website
And learn more about business
come
after
through.
school.
Yeah.
You bet. Because a big part of what we do, again, is the education and talent development.
Well, and we're looking forward to, and I know they've done other TV stations in town and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
but we're kind of unique in that 90% of what we do is on the internet.
Right.
And it's streamed out live and so forth. And so what we do here literally is not done anywhere across the country.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people really know that. There are some all sports and some all, those kinds of things. But it's kind of unique. So we're looking forward to having some young minds ask some tough questions. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Put us on the spot. That's
will.
okay. Why are we doing this? Well,
what do you like? What do you dislike? How much money do you make?
Yeah. Well, I can answer that real quick. Okay, an empty wallet.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on with Boeing?
So Boeing is looking to phase out it's one of its older aircraft, the 767.
Right.
And they're going to replace it with
Gosh, is
a
it-
new mid-sized aircraft.
To be talking about 767
I
as an
know.
old aircraft.
57s and 67s.
I
and all.
know.
But they're phasing out that older airframe, and they're replacing it with what they call the new mid-size aircraft, NMA.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody wants this operation, this production facility to be in their state, their community.
Sure.
We are actually involved in a governor's task force
Okay.
to really about Choose Washington.
Right.
So they just completed a report on all the strategic advantages of why
Okay.
Boeing should consider doing the design and production of this new aircraft.
Okay.
I'm assuming that it is going to be amazingly popular based on its size. Right now, the 737 MAX is the most popular aircraft in the commercial market.
Okay.
It was wholly redesigned a few years back, so it's carbon fiber, all the latest, greatest technology, one of the most fuel-efficient aircraft
Yes.
in the world. And so I think this NMA, which would be a little bit smaller, is likely to have a very unique niche as well.
But that'll have an opportunity to go into so many more airports too.
Correct.
Even the smaller airports and a large airport.
Right.
So it gives
So
that flexibility.
we're competing as a state
Okay.
to get Boeing's attention, and we're competing as a community.
Okay.
We have over 130 companies that part of their production is in aerospace.
Okay.
And so we have a
Here in
large,
Spokane?
Yes, we have a large cluster.
How
of
many
aerospace.
again?
130 companies.
Wow, I thought that's what you said.
Where at least 15% of their product mix, at least
Okay.
15%.
So even if
sometimes
it's based in
exclusively.
Seattle, it's still good for us, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so our businesses will see that business, but we also think that we've got a great story to pitch with regard to why Spokane should be where it's produced.
Now, another important segment of our community are the issues around women and so forth. What's going on with GSI there?
Right. So we are partnering with the National Association of Women-Owned Businesses.
Okay, good.
They are coming to Spokane September 23rd through 25th, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. And so
that's what it says on your notes.
So this is a great opportunity for business people to come down and participate in their conference.
Right.
We're hoping a lot of the entities, the businesses in this area that are women-owned, that those owners will participate in this conference and go talk to their colleagues.
Yes.
Not only do we want to make sure that
there's always something to learn, isn't there?
Yes. So I know that they've got a great lineup of speakers on a number of topics that should be of interest, but it's a great opportunity to network as well, hopefully drum up some business for our local businesses.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we would like our local business people to talk to those attending the conference about what it's like to do business in Spokane and why they're here, and perhaps why the others should join us.
And it only takes a couple of them to say, tell me more.
Right.
I mean, it really does, right?
Right.
I think that's great. You're growing in Spokane. What's going on?
Yes. So with regard to all the things that we're doing there, I'm trying to remember what I put in my notes on this one.
Via government contracting.
So this is a program that we're doing at Greater Spokane Incorporated. We have a program.
Your handwriting is almost as bad as mine.
I was supposed to be a doctor. I just didn't make it.
Well, I took the class in college. Didn't you take the writing class?
Probably the analysis and define your career. So one of the things that we offer local businesses, and it's based on whether they have a product or whether they have a service. Certain products and services are really good with regard to the government as customers.
Yeah.
But having the government as one of your customers isn't an easy endeavor. You've got to pre-qualify and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We have a program at GSI that helps small businesses become a qualified government contractor.
Oh, nice.
We're trying to figure out how to bring them more customers, and government is a legitimate customer.
Right. And cut through that red tape.
Absolutely. So we help businesses register to become a contractor.
Okay.
We help them identify bidding opportunities. We help them assemble their initial bids and be able to do that. We help them track the process and go through that process a few times to where they can pretty much do it on their own. This is big business, and so I'm encouraging small businesses to really think about this.
Yes.
And if they have questions, to give us a call and ask us whether whether we think that there's an opportunity. But last year, the government spent over $1 billion in contracts that they awarded to small businesses in the United States.
Wow.
Over $1 billion. $100 billion.
Yes.
$100 billion. And those are going to small businesses throughout the nation.
Yeah.
And government.
And why not us?
Government's a big entity.
Yes.
They need to contract for services and products to do their job.
Right.
To benefit us as citizens of this nation.
Of course.
But when we talk about locally, Spokane County alone, government issued more than $200 million worth of contracts last year to small businesses in this area.
Yeah.
So it is a viable option for a number of businesses, and we hope those businesses will explore it with us.
Well, you start thinking about it, everything from Fairchild to the courthouse over here, the government offices and so forth, and why not step up and be supplying? We're seeing that discussion now with Amazon coming to town, because it's not just Amazon, it's going to create some offices and businesses that may be part of something else somewhere else, or local businesses that can reap the benefits from snow plowing to whatever it might be out there. Right. And that's good. So it's beyond just the 1,500 to 3,000 employees that might be out there at any given time. It's the others that will be part of that.
Yes.
And that's important.
Yes. And having been a small business person, if you get a contract,
I don't think you're that small,
to provide services or a product,
you
get a contract for a few $100,000.
That can make a world of difference.
Significant for a small business.
Yes.
Very significant.
It is. Yeah. I was going to ask you the last question, but I can't read my writing now.
So we have, one of the things that we do is we do public policy.
Okay.
It's important that the business community is represented.
Yes.
The thing is healthy communities rely on a healthy business sector.
Yes.
And healthy businesses require a healthy community.
Yes.
They're intertwined. We recognize
Absolutely.
that. And so based on that, public policy and those who are in elected office are very important and they can greatly influence the ability for businesses to be successful in this region.
Yeah.
And whether it's the actual regulation and taxation of those businesses, whether it's the infrastructure that needs to be utilized by those businesses, the list goes on and on. So as part of what we do, we're involved at public policy levels on behalf of business at the federal level and at the state level and at the local level.
Right.
So one of the things that we're doing is we're hosting a debate. Initially, it was the first televised, but I think there's maybe one or two others that have joined it. But a televised debate on the race that's probably getting more attention than any other in this region, which is the 5th congressional race between Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rogers and Lisa Brown.
Right.
So that will be on October 17th, the evening of October 17th.
Okay.
It will be televised by KXLY live.
Okay.
And so we're putting that together. It'll be at the Fox Theater. People will have to contact us to figure out how to attend if that's what they want to do.
Right.
And we should have that up on our website in the next couple of days. But that's one of the things that we'll be doing. In addition to that, we will pick out a couple of the other high-profile races in this region.
Okay.
And we usually do Facebook Live debates.
Okay.
And what's really interesting about this, Kent, is we used to put together these like physical, find a physical location, go rent the facility, open the doors, invite a bunch of people. And no matter how much marketing that we did, we might get 50 people in the room.
Yeah, and 40 of them attended the one last week.
Or we're tied to one of the campaigns.
Yes.
And since we've gone and done this digitally, where we push it out and people can click on it and review it at their own time, we're now getting probably 20 to 30,000 people who are looking at these video. And they're really non-confrontational. It's to get more information out about the candidates.
Well, it's all about educating the voter.
Right.
And the voter wants the information.
Right.
Okay.
And GSI, Greater Spokane Incorporated, does not endorse individual candidates.
Right.
But what we do is we make sure that voters are informed as possible from a business perspective.
Yes.
So we're going to ask business-related questions.
And one of the things you do at the city council, county commissioners, state, federal, and so forth, is really advocate for business, because we small businesses don't have the time to get on an airplane and go say something in Olympia for 10 minutes.
Right.
When that's a day that we lose revenue or we aren't managing our staff or whatever it may be.
Right.
So we really rely on GSI and the regional chambers and everything else to be our voice out there, to speak up for us.
And we try, we're invested in this community.
Yeah.
It's not just about today, it's about how we prepare this community for the future.
Right.
The reason why this community is so attractive to a lot of people when they see it today is because of all the work that a lot of our colleagues and the people that came before us did in the previous decades. So we're committed to doing that. We're going to push the envelope. We're going to set the bar high, but at the same time, we need to make sure that our goals are attainable. Yes, aspirational, but they have to be attainable. They have to be affordable. We can't bankrupt the community.
Be realistic, yes. Yeah. Well, and I think, the one shining example I continue to use of what GSI, what was then the Chamber of Commerce, did to provide the land and everything else for Fairchild.
Yes.
And look at what that has meant. 5,000 or 6,000 people were getting more planes.
Getting more planes.
Quarterly.
By the end of next year, it will be the largest tanker base in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all because there were some forward-thinking folks at the Chamber of Commerce. I don't know how many years back, but
1940s.
1940s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back literally before I was born, probably. Okay. Todd, thank you.
Hey, good to see you.
Good job.
Absolutely,
Thank the staff and the board for all that's going on, because you guys
work.
really are moving us ahead. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Doing great work. We'll have more to report after the annual meeting.
All right. Yes, we expect you back to talk about
the
new look and some other things that you wouldn't tell about today too much.
Launching a lot of stuff in the next month.
I bet you are. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Justin James Live right next.
Hi, I'm Larry Myers, owner of River Ridge Hardware. Welcome to our garden center here on the corner of Garland and Driscoll. We have fresh plants that come in weekly from all of our local growers. We can make your garden look like our garden. Here at River Ridge, we've been here 30 years. We're your full-service neighborhood hardware store. This is our sprinkler aisle, where my knowledgeable staff will help you put together your sprinkler system so it will make your yard lush green for the spring and summer. This is River Ridge Hardware's rental center, where we provide a multitude of equipment for rent for the do-it-yourselfer. Next time you're working on your home or yard this spring and summer, stop by, say hi, and we'll help you get the project done.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
Hello there, Internet. My name is Brady Magruder, and I'm just coming out of the Spokane Talks building, and I'm excited to bring to you guys a new announcement that I am going to be the new host of the Youth Spotlight program. Now, our old host, Colin, he's off to Texas Christian University to pursue a degree in theater and broadcasting, and you know what? That's great for him, but that's what I like to call adulting. And you know, I don't think that we have time for adulting with the Youth Spotlight program. What the Youth Spotlight program is here to do is to bring to you guys news, the greatest news of some of the most amazing people here throughout Spokane that are, what? Just going in high school, maybe about to go into college, you know. These people are achieving life's dreams and they are so young. And I think that these are stories that you guys should know about. And I'm so excited to be bringing them to you. Now, I'm a Spokane native myself. I've been performing throughout Spokane in various different shows. I just closed the show of Music Man, and you know, I guess I like long walks on the beach, keeping my business attire, while also keeping my French fry socks on close at hand. You know, it's going to be a great year, and I'm so excited to be your guys' host. So tune into Youth Spotlight to watch me interview some of the most amazing people. Thank you and have a great day.
Well, welcome back to, almost said Spokane Talks Live, the Pulse of Spokane. Second week of doing this show with a new name, and it's going to take the old guy a long time. I'm welcoming back Justin James live, and two things I got to tell you about him. One is, and I think I mentioned this earlier, he sends me a note this morning saying, do you want me to bring an instrument? It's like, Justin, well, of course you're going to sing and play an instrument. I just wasn't sure what you were going to bring, okay?
You never know. You never know.
And the other thing is we just got to embarrass your dad a little bit.
Yes.
Because I'm looking online this morning on Facebook, and you're sitting, were you in the back seat?
I was in the back seat.
Back seat, streaming live as your dad gets pulled over by State Patrol.
Yeah, first time in 10 years. He's a slow driver, so.
You know what I'm amazed at? That you're still alive, because if you were my son, I'm not so sure that you would be still alive at this point.
Oh, he goes along with it a lot of the time.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So since we haven't seen you for like a month and a half or so, I keep seeing you on Facebook. You go to Montana, you go here, there. You've been all over. I've even seen you out water skiing a couple of times. Did I see you spill a few times?
Yes. There was one of me taking a pretty nice fall. Yes. Yes.
But you have something coming up this Sunday. What is that?
I do. We're keeping on rolling with the schedule. We're going to be at Arborcrest from 4:30 to 7, and it's going to be beautiful. The weather's looking great.
Good.
And I'm going to have the full band this time. Last time I played it was solo.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous. It was my first time playing.
You nervous?
Well, okay.
You just do it so naturally. I mean, yeah.
Well, I was nervous about making sure I had enough people coming. I was like, man, I'm playing at this, elite venue in Spokane. I need to make sure I got my people coming.
Yeah. You don't want to look out and see three people and a baby, do you?
We got grandma, we got mom, we got dad. All right, yeah.
Now, okay, to be honest, you're able to get into Arborcrest because you're an entertainer and you're entertaining that night because you're not old enough yet, are you?
I'm not. I'm 20 and I am.
When do you turn 21?
June 22nd.
Oh, okay.
I'm a ways away.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
A ways away, but I'm working, so. I'm working. And when I'm not on stage, I'm networking. So, there you go.
Absolutely. And then you start up at Eastern, second year?
Going to be a sophomore, yes.
Oh, wow.
Second year, taking some accounting.
Oh.
So I don't
know, all the fun things. Yeah, Tim in there loves all the financial stuff. Not me.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So
I got my tutor lined up already. Good to know.
That's great. So how has it been going?
It's been going good. Summer was a little crazy. It was busy.
Yeah.
And I like staying busy, but I also like having some time to enjoy summer. It's
Yes.
my favorite season.
Yes.
What about you? Favorite season?
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
I just think you can't beat Spokane in the summer, except for some of that smoke.
Yeah, no, and many afternoons I'd leave here, go home and work. I'd take my laptop out, sit on the lounger out in the backyard, and it was nice.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of nights I had to go inside. It was so smoky. The weather, temperature was warm, yes, I can handle that. But the smoke where you know, so.
Yeah. No, it was a great summer. I played probably 3 times on average a week, staying busy,
Wow.
and then also working with my dad a little bit.
I was going to say, now, are you getting to work with your dad? Because he's
I
in
am.
construction. You're building a house or two, aren't you?
We're doing a project together off Cheney, Spokane. We're building a spec home there.
Okay.
I got a little skin in the game, and so we're gonna.
Oh,
Yes, I'm kind of seeing how that whole process works.
yeah.
We just got the.
Because that's what you want to do.
I do. I want to, kind of have my own real. Not real. Music is a real business, but
Yes.
have something that I can really, feed myself off of,
Yes.
and then go play music when I want to, not really have to rely on it. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's-
Because sometimes trying to make money in this business can be a lot of work.
It can.
It can. And sometimes it, unfortunately, is luck, too.
Yeah.
That, it's not
Yeah.
always based on talent, which you have,
No.
obviously, but sometimes it's just being the right place at the right time and,
It is.
and so forth.
100%.
Well, okay, so enough talk, because you're really here, as I told you, to entertain us.
Yes.
So we're gonna have you sing out to our commercial break, but what are you gonna sing?
I'm going to do a little mashup. I'm going to do a little bit of classic rock and a little bit of
Ooh.
classic country. I'm going to mix some Johnny Cash with some Grateful Dead.
Okay.
You think that mixes?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we?
We'll find out. Here we go. Well, I hear that train a-coming and it's going around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and time keeps dragging on. And when I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and I cry. Well, if you go down to the Bellum or to have a little fun, have your $10 ready when the police band comes. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep Bellum blues. And I'm singing, oh, sweet mama, daddy's got them deep Bellum blues. Well, now if they leave me from this prison and that railroad track was mine, I tell you what I do, I move a little farther down the line. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison and time keeps dragging on. And I left that lonesome whistle and I hang my head and I cry. What we think, did it work?
It worked. It worked. We'll be right back.
All right.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Is your child having trouble coping with a personal disability, but don't know where to go? Consider our friends at Breakthrough Incorporated. Breakthrough takes great pride in mentoring their DDA clients who have intellectual disabilities and their BRS clients who have challenging behaviors toward the creation of safe, appropriate, ethically sound life goals. They integrate programs at school and home to enrich their lives. They work hard to make a positive difference in you and your family's lives. Breakthrough provides a highly structured, fully staffed residential setting in local neighborhoods, 6 in Spokane and 2 in the Tri-Cities. Diagnoses affect people differently, so their service to each resident is unique, giving them the opportunity to grow and evolve. For more information on Breakthrough, visit their website at breakthroughincorporated.org.
I really like the shower.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take your time.
Well, welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane, Zoë Thompson.
Yes.
Now, you're kind of in some way related to one of our people here, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Who would that be?
Jimmy Morris
Okay.
is my boyfriend, and he's doing the sales here.
Okay.
So.
Let me see your hand for a second.
Yes. Oh.
I don't see any ring on the other hand yet.
Oh, not my left hand. Nope.
No,
just dating.
not yet. Okay, is that
I
going to
have
happen?
to push him into that someday.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to talk about that. Okay.
We'll finish college first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm fascinated by what you do, and you and I chatted before we started the program in that our oldest boy, who's 48 now, is Down syndrome. And you have devoted a lot of your time and energy in the summertime for trips and activities with folks with disabilities. And then you also are working with, what is it? It's Inspirations Dance Studio.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yep.
Okay.
Inspirations.
And you teach. In fact, you're like a head teacher there, aren't you?
I'm the lead teacher at
Lead
Inspirations
teacher.
Dance
Oh,
Studio,
okay.
and we offer a wide range of classes from baby ballet of just little 2-year-olds
really?
all the way up to adult ballet with, we have a woman who's 60 and she does awesome. And we also offer 4 special needs classes this year.
Yeah.
And hip hop, jazz, everything. It's awesome.
And who's it focused on and for?
So our mission is that we are providing dance lessons to those in Spokane who are low income or have a developmental disability, intellectual disability, or physical disability.
Yeah. What got you interested in doing this? Because that's kind of a step out of the norm. You know what I mean?
I think I just kind of fell into it.
Okay.
I really just wanted to teach dance and choreograph, and I found this studio in Spokane, and the owner, Michaela Ostrander, I think she's married now, so her last name is Orozco now, but she started the studio, and her whole mission was about inclusion and classes for everyone. And so she just put me in this special needs class and taught me how to run it, and I just fell in love with the kids' passion and just the whole environment.
And they're so wanting to learn, aren't they?
They're eager to learn. They're focused.
Maybe better than some of the rest of us who are, quote, normal, who think
typical.
we know better, right?
Yeah.
So now, how many classes are you teaching? Does this go on during the school year time?
Yep, it is. Our classes are open. They started on September 8th, and they're open all the way until June, where we have our end of the year recital.
Okay.
So there's classes Monday through Saturday.
Now, this is, again, it's not just for those with disability, but for low-income kids or families as well,
yes,
right?
So we're a nonprofit.
Okay.
So we actually take donations, personal or business donations.
Okay.
So if you want to do that and support our dancers, you can go to inspirationspokane.com and help out those people that might need a scholarship, or they need dance shoes, or they just need half off to take lessons. And we want to take everyone. If you don't need the fancy clothes, you don't need all those things, but we're still providing quality dance lessons.
Good.
Yes.
All right. So how many classes a week are you doing?
Yes, a week right now. I think I'm teaching like 8 classes, but altogether we have 4.
8? Wow. You don't get any time off, do you?
Well, not in the daytime, or not in the nighttime. In the daytime I do, and I can focus on my classes for school, but at nighttime I'm devoted to teaching.
Now, what are you majoring in for school?
I'd like to eventually work to a degree for special education or counseling.
Okay. So you're not going to do like finance or something like somebody else we know?
Yeah, no. Not the business stuff.
Yeah, no
I'm
kidding.
more into the education.
Yeah.
Now
I got to ask you, is Jimmy a pretty good guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy's a great guy.
Great guy. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He told you to say that, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No, of course not.
I'm giving him a bad time. For our audience, he's standing right over here and has been really involved with us from Gonzaga University as their what's the name of the program? The New Venture Labs. And in fact, he's starting another class of helping another business out there this fall there, and been with us this summer. And we've seen nothing but our numbers grow. And we were kind of fun the other day to announce that we've had 250,000 video views since the beginning of the year. And probably a big majority of those have been while you've been involved with us, Jimmy, the last couple of months. So thank you. He is a good guy.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. He really
well, we are too. We're glad to have him part of the team. So how can people get more information, either to contribute or to put their child or adult in the program? Because that's important.
We definitely want to fill up our classes. So if you know anyone with a little kid that wants to take dance, you can go to inspirationspokane.com, or you can email us at inspirationsdancestudio5678@gmail.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
It wasn't as bad as Jimmy probably warned you about, right?
No, it was fun.
That's good. Hey, we'll see you next Wednesday. Just one quick shout out, because he might be watching tonight when on the rerun of this. Happy 19th birthday to Colin Pittman down in TCU and 1,600 and some miles away, or 1,862 miles, something like that. Anyways, he turns 19 tomorrow on the 13th, so we wish him a happy birthday. And for all of you, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here on The Pulse of Spokane.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Media, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Ask a question, recommend a guest, and hear this program again online anytime at SpokaneTalksMedia.com. We wish you a great day.